Welcome to our exploration of life's paradoxes. You know, those truths that seem to contradict each other, yet coexist in the very fabric of our being. Those places where we get to ask ourselves, what do I do with this tension? Because living wholeheartedly isn't about eliminating the hard stuff, it's about making room for it all. Today we'll delve into the complexities and dualities that shape our human experience. We'll explore those conflicting desires and needs that tug at our hearts and minds, leaving us feeling caught in the in-between, the messy middle. We'll talk about how leaning into the discomfort of both and thinking can unlock deeper levels of self-awareness, authenticity, and meaning. Get ready to embrace the contradictions because it's in the messy middle where we find our courage and build connection. We yearn for stability, a solid foundation, knowing what to expect. It's human nature to crave security, but change is inevitable. Life is a constant flow of beginnings and endings. We can fight it, but the only constant is change. This tension isn't a battle, it's an invitation. An invitation to adapt, grow, and discover who we are. To find our footing in the current, allowing it to shape us. So, how do we embrace this paradox? By learning to dance with change, by letting go of control and embracing the journey. We long to be free, don't we? To make our own choices, to chart our own courses, to live life on our own terms. But here's the thing about freedom, it can feel a bit chaotic, overwhelming even. And that's where structure comes in. Structure, routines, boundaries, they provide a framework, a sense of order in a world that can often feel chaotic. They create a container for our lives, allowing us to explore our freedom within safe and defined limits. The key, of course, is finding the balance. Too much structure and we risk feeling stifled, confined, our creativity suffocated. Too much freedom and we might find ourselves adrift, untethered, lost in a sea of endless possibilities. So how do we navigate this paradox? By understanding that freedom and structure are not mutually exclusive. They are in fact two sides of the same coin, each one essential for our growth, our well-being, our ability to live authentically and wholeheartedly. It's about finding that sweet spot where we can dance between structure and freedom, embracing the freedom to choose within the container we create. We all want to be happy, right? It's a universal desire, this pursuit of joy and contentment. But sadness is an inevitable part of the human experience too. Life is a tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow. Embracing our sadness makes happiness sweeter. It allows us to appreciate the light because we have known the darkness. Happiness isn't the absence of sadness, it's the courage to feel it all, to find beauty in the contrast. The pursuit of perfection, it's a tricky thing, isn't it? We strive for it, chase after it, hold ourselves to impossible standards in its name. But here's the paradox. Perfection is an illusion. We are all perfectly imperfect beings, flawed and messy and utterly human. And it's in our imperfections, in our cracks and crevices, that our true beauty lies. Think about it, a chipped teacup, a piece of pottery with a wobbly edge. Aren't those imperfections what make it unique, what tell its story? The same is true for us. Our imperfections, our scars, our mistakes, they are not things to be ashamed of, but badges of honor, reminders of our resilience, our capacity for growth, our shared humanity. So how do we embrace this paradox? By letting go of the unattainable ideal of perfection and embracing the beauty of imperfection, by practicing self-compassion, by extending ourselves the same grace we so readily offer others. Life isn't simple, is it? It's messy and complicated, full of contradictions and ambiguities. We crave certainty, yet we're surrounded by unknowns. We seek easy answers, but life rarely offers them up so easily. This complexity, this lack of clear-cut answers, it can be frustrating, even overwhelming at times. But it's also what makes life interesting, what keeps us engaged, what challenges us to think critically, to question our assumptions, to grow. Embracing complexity means letting go of the need to categorize everything as right or wrong, good or bad. It means acknowledging that sometimes the most honest answer is, I don't know, and that's okay. It's about leaning into the discomfort of uncertainty, of holding multiple truths at once, of understanding that life is rarely black and white, but rather a million shades of gray. So, how do we embrace complexity? By approaching life with curiosity, with a willingness to sit with discomfort, to explore the nuances, to be open to different perspectives. Self-awareness. It's the foundation upon which we build a meaningful life. It's the ability to look inward, to understand our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and how they impact ourselves and those around us. And you know what's a powerful tool for cultivating self-awareness? That's right, it's leaning into life's paradoxes. When we allow ourselves to acknowledge and accept these contradictions within ourselves, we begin to peel back the layers of who we are. We begin to understand the why behind our actions, the motivations that drive us, the values that shape our worldview. This process of self-discovery can be uncomfortable, even painful at times. It requires us to confront our shadows, those parts of ourselves we'd rather keep hidden. But it's in those dark corners where we often find our greatest strengths, our deepest capacity for growth. So how do we cultivate self-awareness through paradox? By asking ourselves tough questions, by challenging our own assumptions, by being willing to sit with discomfort, and by practicing self-compassion along the way. Balance. It's a word we hear a lot, isn't it? And for good reason. It's the key to navigating life's paradoxes, to finding peace amidst the chaos, to living a life that feels both grounded and expansive. But here's the thing about balance. It's not about achieving some perfect equilibrium, some static state where everything is always in harmony. Life just doesn't work that way. True balance is about finding a rhythm, a flow between seemingly opposing forces. It's about honoring our need for both stability and change, for freedom and structure, for happiness and sadness. It's about understanding that these paradoxes are not mutually exclusive, but rather interconnected parts of a greater whole. Like the yin and yang, they complement and complete each other. So, how do we find this elusive balance? By listening to our intuition, by honoring our needs, by setting boundaries, by being willing to course correct when things feel out of whack. Life is rarely black and white, isn't it? It's full of shades of gray, of subtle distinctions, of complexities that defy easy categorization. And yet, we live in a world that often tries to simplify everything, to put things into neat little boxes, to tell us that it's one way or the other. But the truth is, life is nuanced. It's full of contradictions and paradoxes. And it's in those nuances, in those spaces between the lines, where we find the most interesting stories, the most profound truths. Appreciating nuance means being willing to look beyond the surface, to question our assumptions, to embrace the possibility that there might be more to the story than meets the eye. It means being open to different perspectives, even when they challenge our own. It means understanding that two things can be true at the same time, even if they seem contradictory. So how do we cultivate an appreciation for nuance? By slowing down, by listening deeply, by asking questions, by seeking to understand rather than judge. The unknown. It can be scary, can it? That sense of uncertainty, of not knowing what the future holds, of not having all the answers. We humans, we like to feel in control. We crave predictability, security, a sense of order in a world that can often feel chaotic. But here's the paradox. It's in the unknown, in those spaces where we let go of control, that we often find the most extraordinary experiences, the most profound growth. Think about it. Every great adventure, every love story, every moment of profound transformation begins with a step into the unknown. So, how do we embrace the unknown? By cultivating a sense of curiosity, of wonder, of awe for the mystery of it all. By trusting that even when we can't see the path, we're exactly where we're meant to be. We've journeyed together, haven't we? Through the tangled landscapes of life's paradoxes. We've explored the tensions, the contradictions, the messy beauty of it all. We've learned that it's okay to hold multiple truths at once, to embrace the both and of it all. That it's in the messy middle where we find our courage, our authenticity, our capacity for deep connection. Life is a paradox, a tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow, of light and shadow, of certainty and uncertainty. And it's in the weaving together of these seemingly opposing forces that we create something truly extraordinary. So, let us go forth not seeking to simplify life's complexities but to embrace them, to find beauty in the mess, meaning in the mystery and connection in our shared humanity. Thank you for joining us on this journey through life's paradoxes. I hope that this exploration has sparked something within you, a sense of curiosity, a willingness to lean into the discomfort of uncertainty. Remember, embracing the complexities of life can lead to a more authentic and meaningful existence. It's in those messy, nuanced spaces where we discover who we truly are. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. And until next time, Keep leaning into the paradox.